Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I am going to be sharing with you guys my top 3 makeup products in every category. Yesterday, I spent my entire day digging through my extremely chaotic makeup collection. Comment down below any organizational tips. If you have cabinetry that you have purchased, drawers, anything that you have gotten for a good deal, Amazon, Container Store, IKEA, wherever, I don't care. Let me know because as you can see, we've got a huge problem here. So nonetheless, this was very difficult to do. I struggled with a couple of categories here because some of these items I'm like, oh my God, how do I pick just 3? Like, are you kidding me? I can only pick 3? And I kind of went back and forth on them a few times, including into the early morning hours of today. So with all of that being said, we've got a lot of shit to get through here. So let's just dive into it. Let's not waste any more time. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 3 makeup products in every category. Let's jump to it. I'm trying to do this in order of which I would do my makeup. I'm going to do my best. I do want to start off with, of course, primers. The first one I want to mention is the NYX Honey Do Me Up. This has been a favorite primer of mine for about 3 years now. I absolutely love this primer. It is a total dupe for the Guerlain L'Or primer. This is a fraction of the cost. I believe it's like $17. It's a little bit more spendy for a drugstore type primer, but it is so worth it. If you suffer from dry, sensitive skin, redness, you will absolutely love this primer. It's got a very kind of loose, serum-y texture that just gives you the perfect amount of hydration. Makeup just goes on beautifully on top of this. Hands down, my favorite drugstore primer of all time. It is just so good. This is like one of those like forever staple type products that will pretty much be in my collection for forever. The next primer I want to talk about is one that I actually did not like at first. I was surprised that I ended up actually liking this so much as time went on and the more and more that I tried it and used it. So I'm a recent convert here. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I honestly thought this didn't do anything for me. I did a first impressions of it long ago last year when I did a full face of e.l.f. But let me tell you, upon a few more uses, giving it a few more tries, I became more and more impressed. Somewhat very hydrating. I don't know why. You only need a little bit. As you can see, I've only dug out of this like a few times in the same spot. I don't know why I'm doing that. It is a really good primer. It does a little bit of pore filling. Is it insane? No. But I do feel like it also kind of gives my skin a little bit of a luminosity, which I don't know if that is the intention of it because they do have a luminous version of this, which I don't like as much as the original Poreless Putty that I have right here. Moving on to the last primer, I have to give some love to my Tarte C Glotion. This is another one that I discovered about a few months ago, but if you want glowy, beautiful, golden hour skin, this is it. Now, there are a lot of products like this out on the market now that you can get. There is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Smashbox has one. I think that literally every brand now is releasing a product like this. Maybelline recently launched their 4-in-1 Perfector, which I absolutely loved. And I kind of was like, oh, which one do I want to use for this? But I just couldn't choose the Maybelline over the Tarte. It is just my favorite. Even on days that I'm not even wearing much makeup, I like to put this on and it leaves my skin with not only a glowy finish, but also very dewy and hydrated and just overall healthy as well. So the Glotion is just an A+. Let me just show you guys quickly on the back of my hand because my hand is very dry and nasty. Look at that. So here's my boring hand right here. This is the one with the Glotion, and I only used a little bit, but already, I mean, my hand was very dry. It just feels just hydrated and soft and smooth and gives you that beautiful glowy finish. Absolutely love this underneath my makeup. All right, moving on to foundation. I thought that this was going to be tough for me, but it actually wasn't. Like when I started going through my foundation drawer, it was like a no-brainer. I was like, no, boom, boom, boom. This one is easy. The first one I want to talk about is the Huda Beauty. This is the Faux Filter Stick Foundation. I have mine in the shade 250G Cheesecake. This is one of those foundations that looks like your skin, but better. It offers the perfect amount of coverage, definitely a medium coverage, but my goodness, does this look so skin-like and beautiful. The way that this just glides on the skin, melts into the skin, and once you start blending it out, you will see it is just so soft and natural and diffused looking. Absolutely beautiful. Hands down, one of the best medium coverage foundations that I have ever used. It is effortless, it is beautiful, it is long wearing. I am just a huge fan of this formula. The next foundation I want to mention, you guys could probably guess it from Dose of Colors. This is the Meet Your Hue foundation. I have mine in the shade 115 Light Medium. This is not the foundation that I'm wearing today, but it is typically the one, as of more recent, the last couple of months or so, that you would see in my videos. I did do a dedicated review on this foundation, so if you are interested, I will put it up here in the card somewhere. I did do a full wear test of this. For it being a full coverage, long wearing, natural matte foundation, I am shocked that this works so well with my very dry textured skin. When I want like full beat, full coverage glam, like I want to hide all my mistakes, I want to hide the fact that I haven't been keeping up with my skincare, this foundation right here, it is so good. You used to be able to get it at Ulta. I don't think you can anymore, but it is still available directly through the Dose of Colors website. The last foundation is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Luminous foundation, and this is the one that I am wearing today. This is in the shade 270C. I love this formulation for a luminous, more dewy finish. This foundation is it. I debated between this and the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear, but this one, it just wins. The reason is it isn't as full coverage as the NARS, but this stays on my skin a lot longer, which is why I prefer this over that. Moving on to concealers, this one was another one I had a little bit of trouble with, but at the end of the day, the answer was clear. The first one I want to talk about is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I have this in the shade 20N Light. Now, I haven't actually used this in a while, and it's kind of because I forgot about it, to be honest. But when I was going through my collection and I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, how could I forget about you? I wouldn't say that it's creaseless, I'll be honest with you. I do have to set this down, but once you set it, it is pretty creaseless. It is so beautiful. It offers incredible coverage, hydrating, blends like a dream, perfect for the more matured skin gals out there. If you have more dry under eyes, or if you just want something that doesn't give you a matte finish, then you definitely have to try this one out. Tarte nails it for the most part when it comes to concealers. I like this even more than Shape Tape. It's just so good. The next one is a drugstore product, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I love this stuff. Now, it isn't full coverage. I would definitely say it's more of a medium coverage, but if you want like a true creaseless concealer, like you forgot to put on setting powder or you're in a rush and you just want to rejuvenate and open up and brighten the eyes, this formula right here, this is so good. I know a lot of people have like an issue with these type of like applicators like this, but me personally, I actually like it. It's really soft. I think it disperses the perfect amount of product. I have no issue with an applicator like this. This is in the shade 120 Light. I really love this stuff. Solid concealer from the drugstore. It is so, so good. The last concealer is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is the long wear concealer. I have mine in the shade 125 Light Natural. I think Light Vanilla is actually my favorite shade of this, but I ran out of that recently. They were sold out of it, and they happen to have this shade. This formula is hands down the best, the very, very best drugstore concealer. I love the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but if you want something that gives you a little bit more coverage and it's just a little bit more creamy, a little bit more hydrating, this one right here is the absolute best. All right, let's move on to setting powders. This is a product that I struggle with a lot. I feel like if you have dry skin, it is really hard to find setting or finishing powders that just work with your skin. It can get pretty tricky. The first one I want to talk about, I actually broke this like twice. I actually carry this around with me when I'm out. That's how much I love it. The NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Mattifying Powder in the shade Brightening Translucent. Now, it looks very white and intimidating in the pan, but let me tell you, this does not leave a white cast. I have never noticed any flashback from this, but if you have textured skin and you want to just blur that out, you want to hide all of that, you want to give some brightening, this powder right here, it is actually what I have set my under eyes with today. When I use this powder, I am living my best life. Like, no joke. My under eyes, and like in this area right here, where I tend to have a bit more pore action going on, a little bit more texture, this just instantly blurs everything. I can't even believe that this is a drugstore powder. That's how incredible this is. When I used this for the first time, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Is this for real? Incredible, incredible, incredible. For a loose setting powder, I love the Fenty Lavender Powder. This is another one that does a fantastic job at brightening. I like to set my whole face with this powder. It is very soft, extremely finely milled, and again, just gives my skin a beautiful airbrushed look without drying things out, without making me look cakey. The last setting powder I have is the Infallible Loose Setting Powder. This one is a little bit more mattifying. I do love this to kind of set like my T-zone. I don't have combination skin, but if I'm gonna get oily and if I'm gonna sweat at all, it's usually right here, which I'm sure I have sweat beading up right now, but like in my forehead here, where I also tend to have a little bit more visibility when it comes to pores, my chin, my T-zone area. So I love to use this there. It is a really good powder. I've set my under eyes with this as well. It works really well, but for this area specifically, yes, I am extra. I use multiple powders to set my face. I absolutely love using this powder right here. Again, very finely milled. It feels weightless. Like holding this in my hand, it like feels like nothing. It is so incredibly beautiful. Such a great powder. All right, let's move on to the category that I had a hell of a time with. Let's talk bronzers. The first one is from Il Makiage. This is their Mineral Baked Bronzer in the shade Wannabe. Now, at the time that I ordered this, they were sold out of the pan because this is like a refill, whatever. But what's so cool about this is that this is actually baked on an Italian stone. I thought this was so neat when I got this, but oh my goodness, I have never used a more beautiful bronzer in my life. This is just gorgeous. I have it on my skin right now. It gives you that perfect flush of color. It has a very slight sheen to it. I would say it's actually more satin, but girl, let me tell you, the blend on this, unmatched. It is a beautiful formula, so soft. I am going to try to swatch some things for you guys just so you can see, but I do want to show you the shade of this bronzer. It is just the most perfect bronzer shade for my skin tone. Il Makiage has some incredible products that are totally worth the money, and this bronzer is one of them. The next bronzer I want to talk about is one that I am so incredibly obsessed with. I have bought multiple of from Morphe. This is their Glamour Bronze Face and Body Bronzer. This is my favorite matte bronzer. This one is in the shade Icon. I love the packaging. I love that there's a mirror inside, but obviously most of all, I love the formula. Again, this is another one where this shade is just perfect on my skin. My favorite matte bronzer of all time. The last one is from Laura Geller. This is the Baked Body Frosting Face and Body Glow, and this is in the shade Tahitian Glow. First off, I am obsessed with this. I mean, look at how giant this pan is. But this product is special. I don't have it on, but I do want to put it on for you guys. I saved this because I wanted you guys to see how incredibly gorgeous this looks on the skin and even on the body. We're gonna do it up. Let me show you. So I'm just gonna take this angled brush right here. I'm just gonna show you instantly how quickly this just, like, look at that. How beautifully it warms up my skin. I like to kind of use it like here and backwards. It just is absolutely stunning. It has a sheen to it. If you're not a huge fan of highlighter, you'll love this because it does have a highlighty finish to it. Not highlighty, like obviously not like this, but oh my gosh, does it give your skin the most incredible glow. Obsessed. I even like to put some of this on the bridge of my nose, give me like that little cute little sun-kissed look. But oh my goodness, is this one of the most beautiful bronzers of its kind. It is so good. I'm just gonna put a little bit here too. Just bronze it all up. Oh, absolutely stunning. One of my favorite products, actually. I'm gonna say it. It is one of my favorite makeup products of all time across the board. So freaking good. All right, on to the next category. Let's talk blushes. Rare Beauty. I am a huge fan of this brand right now. I just love Selena so much. I love her products. They are so good. But this is one of my favorite from anything that she has released. This is the Nearly Apricot Melting Blush. And it does truly melt into the skin. First off, the packaging is like a Polly Pocket. Hello. Does it get any better than that? Who doesn't love some good Polly Pocket-esque packaging. I'm here for it. Love the compact. It is so beautiful, and I love this shade. It truly does melt into the skin. This is my favorite blush for no makeup days, especially because when I dab this on the cheek, it just melts like butter. I'm gonna show you guys, like it just warms up. Like the second you put this on your hand, my mirror is not facing me, I can't see. The second you put this on, like it just slides right on. Like look at that. Oh my gosh. It is just the most beautiful blush ever. It blends effortlessly. I love the shade. It is so cute. There's a little tiny, just adorable little cutesy little mirror inside. From packaging to formulation to shade, it is just perfect. Now the blush I'm actually wearing today is one from ColourPop. This came from their Garden Variety collection. I don't even know if you can get this anymore, but this is in the shade Tearin' Up My Heart. It does have a slight sheen to it, but look at this. This is the perfect soft blush ever. If you struggle with redness or you don't want just like a ton of pigmentation on the skin, this type of a shade, oh, so good. I am obsessed. ColourPop makes some incredible pressed powder blushes, but this is hands down my favorite shade. It is so incredibly beautiful. It's got this gorgeous flower imprint in the pan. I love the color of the packaging, the sheen and the shade. It is so soft and beautiful. It's like that perfect peachy, light, soft, romantic shade. So good. I'm gonna be saying so good a lot in this video. I'm sure you're tired of it already, but it is what it is. Now the last one is a little bit of a cheat because it's got two different products in it, but I couldn't help myself. Like I had to include this product. It's just too good. From Jaclyn Cosmetics, this is the, what is this? The Blush and Bronze, oh yeah, Bronze and Blushing Duo. I don't even know what this is called. The packaging is a bit intense. It's a little on the heavy side, but whatever. I don't give a shit about the packaging because the product on the inside is a plus. I have mine in the shades Warm Flush and Golden Goddess. This is beautiful. If you like something without like a ton of heavy pigmentation to it, this is for you. I like baked products. This is something that I'm really discovering more and more, and as you can see, as I'm sharing some of these products with you, I love the baked items. I love this formula. It is so soft and romantic on the cheeks, and again, it just gives you that perfect hint of color. It is pretty sheer, but that's what I like about it, and that's why I chose it, because it's like an everyday thing. I love it. It's a one and done type deal. I kind of like to even just mix the two when I'm doing my blush, but so good. Moving on to highlighter, probably my favorite category of everything. The first highlighter is from Too Faced. This is the Love Light Prismatic Highlighter, and I have mine in the shade Blinded by the Light. This is the most beautiful soft focus glow highlighter of all time. Even in the pan, you can tell this shade is perfect. I find that a lot of brands release like champagne-y kind of soft shades like this, and it looks very light in the pan and when you swatch it, but when you get this on the skin, it is just pure heaven. Let me swatch this for you guys here. Sorry, I can't see it. I have my mic and my mirror kind of set up together so that the wind doesn't hit it because I have a fan on here because I'm melting and it's hot as shit. I know I've talked about that way too much in the last few videos, but it is what it is. But let me show you this highlight. Look at that. Like when it hits the light, oh my goodness. This is just absolutely beautiful. I actually meant to include this in my highlighter video that I posted recently. This is one of my all-time favorite highlighters. So good. I think I actually got it in a Too Faced mystery box. Like had I not got it, I probably never would have even thought to check for this or look for this or purchase it on my own. And I am so glad that I did. I mean, the packaging is absolutely adorable. Formulation is fantastic, super long wearing, so incredibly good. The next one I want to talk about is from Shiseido and is the highlight that I have on today. This is the most natural lit from within type highlighter that I have ever used. This is their Aura Dew Face, Eye, and Lip Highlighter. Well, actually just called Aura Dew Face, Eyes, and Lips. Whatever, you guys get the drift. This is absolutely stunning. I was not expecting this. It is so good. Since it is the highlighter I have on, I just want to layer it for you guys. This is another highlighter that I am obsessed with putting on over a tinted moisturizer. In fact, it really is my favorite way to wear this highlighter. Obviously, it looks beautiful on top of my foundation as well, but it is next level if you put this on top of Dewy's Fresh Skin. Like mind blown with this product. This is another one that is like a classic staple item. I hope they never stop making this because 100% that is exactly the type of product that this is. I'll swatch it quickly for you guys too, just so you can see. I know I showed you how it applied on the face, but I do want to swatch it here. So you can see it's a little bit warmer than the Too Faced one, But as you can see, if I'm not in the light, it kind of vanishes. But as soon as it hits that light, oh my goodness, it just looks wet and beautiful and just melts right into the skin. So good. All right, the next one is a little bit of a cheat again because we've got a palette, but I don't really care because these highlights are insane. From Sigma, this is the Glow Kissed highlighter palette. This is a newer favorite for me, and I had to choose for this. I was like, I know I'm either gonna choose this or the ABH Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, but this one won. Look at these shades, number one, in this pan. These highlights are Reflexity. They are so incredibly reflective. Why not? Let's just layer it. Why not? Let's just do it. My favorite shade in here is Flare, actually, this one up here. I love all of the shades. They're all super wearable, but it is totally like a Glow Kissed vibe. Like another one that just looks so juicy and wet and just melts into the skin. It is that intense metallic highlight without looking too crazy. It doesn't exaggerate texture in any way. It doesn't look like it, oh my gosh, look at that. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top of the skin. It doesn't leave like that weird like gray cast. It is just the most gorgeous, delicious highlighter. And trust me, I have texture in here. Oh my God, I can't. It just gives me cheekbones and a highlight that I never thought I could achieve. Oh my God, this is, I don't know. People are sleeping on this. They need to talk about it more. All right, let's move on to brow products. This one was an easy one for me because I don't use a whole lot of different brow products. I own a lot, but I don't use that many. Right now, I have been obsessed with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is the ultrafine tip shaping, I thought it said sharpening, shaping pencil. What shade is this? This is in the shade Dark Brunette. This is the easiest brow pencil I have ever used for a very long time. My ride or die was the Glow Skin Beauty Raven Precision Tip Pencil Liner, something or other. I can't remember the name, but I used that for a couple years straight. Like, it took a lot for me to stray away from that brow pencil. And with that being said, this one strayed me from it. It's got a super microfine tip, but this formulation just glides on so incredibly easily. Hands down though, out of any pencil I've tried, that is my favorite. From Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Brow Free Styling Wax. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I'm sure most of you have seen this everywhere, but when I want to go for that fluffy laminated brow look, this is the product that I use and I absolutely love it. And even when I'm not doing that, if I need to like have my brows like stick in place, like we need some major hold, this is what I like to use. Love the formula, super easy to use. It's just really good. All the hype around it is for good reason. It is fantastic. Now the last one I want to talk about for my brows, I don't even know if this is available anymore because it's a Kylie Cosmetics product. And if you didn't know, she recently rebranded. This is the Kybrow Extreme Hold Gel. Though this is the gel that I have in my brows today. This is my favorite brow gel. Just for like, if I'm not trying to do like that super, you know, crazy laminated look and I just want to keep everything in place, this is the one I reach for. It is so good. I have liked this now for at least 2 years. Since she rebranded, I don't think that she re-released this, but I really hope that she does. And I hope that they don't change the formula because this is like the best clear brow gel I have ever tried. It is so freaking good. I love this stuff. Right, let's move on to eyeliners. This is one that I got at an Ipsy that shocked me. It is what I have on today from One Size Beauty. This is the Point Made 24-Hour Gel Eyeliner Pencil. This is in the shade Busty Brown. I absolutely love the name. But this is like the most intensely pigmented, most long-wearing like gel pencil liner that I have ever used. Let me just show you guys this. Like, boom, one swipe. Look at that. That is a pencil. This is not liquid. This is a pencil. I am not like a huge eyeliner person. I like to pop some on the waterline every once in a while. I don't really use liquid liners, but man, when I tried this out, I was like, you gotta be shitting me. For real? This is a game changer right here. Like, bravo, Patrick Starr. This product is absolutely incredible. Again, look at that. That was just one swipe. I barely applied any freaking pleasure. I barely applied any pleasure. I barely applied any pressure. Fantastic. Now, a black liner that I'm obsessed with is from Revolution Makeup, Revolution Beauty. I know, don't come for me. I don't know what these people's name is because I've seen it like said 20 different ways, or maybe I haven't, and maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just messed up. I don't know. But this is their Kohl eyeliner. This was actually part of one of their newer launches. They came out with like a whole bunch of like really affordable products. It definitely gave me e.l.f. vibes. There were some really good products in that lineup, but this right here really stood out to me. This is another one I'll show you. Like, again, one swipe. So good, and it doesn't bleed. It's super rich and matte and beautiful in the waterline. This is just so incredibly good. The last eyeliners I want to give some love to are from ColourPop. I've got this whole like sleeve of liners, and it's really just a type of liner. It's not a color in particular. Any of the cream gel liners. I love these. There are so many different colors, and that's what I love about it. And I actually bought this in a set. I think it was last Black Friday. I don't think you can get this anymore, but if you love colorful liners, check these out because they're super affordable. They do have some pretty good wear time. They're not the most long wearing eyeliner ever, but again, they're one of my favorites and I absolutely love them. Right, let's talk mascaras. Now there is 4 in this category, and you'll understand why. I'm not technically cheating. That's because I've included a primer in this. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. I cannot stop using this. I won't even do my mascara if I don't have this product. I have used it so freaking much that I'm making such good headway on it that I've actually almost probably used most of it, which is good because it's really hard for me to actually finish or hit pan or do anything like that on a product because I have way too much freaking makeup. But this is like the best mascara primer of all time. This will take almost any mascara that you own and just kick it up a notch. It's an 11. Like, it is just so good. And when paired with the 3 mascaras I'm about to share with you, you're gonna do your mascara and be like, why did I not know about this sooner? What the hell is going on? Like, seriously, because that's how I felt with it. Now, the mascara that I paired with it today is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. The Lights Camera Lashes mascara is just a classic. It lengthens, it's volumizing, it doesn't crumble or flake or smudge. It is just one of the best mascaras of all time. Absolutely love it. Another classic for me is the Benefit Roller Lash. This one, again, if you really want to curl or if you have a hard time keeping a curl with your lashes, this one is fantastic. I love the brush on this one, and I know you guys have seen this before, but this one just really grabs and curls your lashes. One of my all-time favorites. And last but not least, the Lash Idole from Lancome. Same type of like scoopy brush, but this formula is next level as well. So literally, I have found that these 3 mixed with this primer, oh my gosh, like I'm looking in like my mirror right now, looking at my lashes and how curled they are and how fluffy and black they are. And something interesting about this primer too is that when you go to remove your makeup, there's something about having this underneath, and someone mentioned this on my TikTok, that when you remove your makeup, it's like my mascara comes off like 1,000 times easier. I don't have raccoon eyes. I don't have to go in there a million times and try to cleanse off my mascara. It's like it just slips right off, but it does not affect the wear time of your mascara. I want to make that clear as well. Let's talk eyeshadows. Now, I picked palettes for this. I saw in Kathleen Light's videos, I think she chose like eyeshadow singles, I believe, if my memory serves me correct, but I'm like, screw that. I'm going full force. I'm going to pick palettes. And when I show you the ones that I chose, you're definitely going to see a theme here. I am wearing all the shadows on my eyes, stuff from each palette, just to make a point. Okay, just to make a point. But the first one I want to talk about is the Urban Decay Naked Honey. When I was going to film this video, this was like one of the first products I reached for. I'm like, oh my gosh, hands down, Naked Honey from Urban Decay. This is a golden hour dream. The brush that comes with it is fantastic. I use it to do my eyeshadow all the time, even when I'm not using this palette. The lineup of shades here is just beautiful. Totally drippy, honey, golden, beautiful brown shades. These are just perfect everyday colors, but you've got like a pop of gold right here, and you've got some more sultry shades. So this is a very versatile palette. I do have shades from this palette on right now. It is the mattes that I put into my crease. But man, I love this palette. There's something about this formulation that just looks so blendable, soft, and beautiful, and isn't drying. It is just awesome. And look at this packaging. Such an incredible palette. I can't. It's so good. The next one is the Naughty palette from Huda Beauty. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes. The color story in here, packaging, so beautiful. I love this. But the color story in here is just beautiful. These deep, sultry, sexy mauve shades. I used this foiled shade right here, Tantric. This is what I have like kind of on the majority of my lid right here. It is such a foiled, rich, just yummy shade. I absolutely love it. I get so many compliments on my eyes when I wear this palette. The formula is beautiful. It is a little spendy. I want to say it's like $60-ish maybe, but my goodness, it is honestly worth every penny. This palette is just stunning. You know what? Let me just swatch quickly for you. I'm going to swatch Tantric, Please Me, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do Provocative as well, because these are like my favorite metallic shades in this palette. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. It is just so rich and reflective and beautiful. Like, look at those shades. Romantic, stunning, super long wearing formula. Just overall A+, so good. And the last palette is the Your Golden palette from ColourPop. This basically takes every palette that you probably own and puts it together and makes like the one dream collection, a warm tone version of it. If you like warm tone shadows, you would love this. This is, again, golden hour right here. The name is perfect, the packaging is stunning, but the shades in here are just beautiful. And actually, this blue shade right here, Sun's Out, I'm just gonna go ahead and reapply some because why not, is what I am rocking right here, kind of on the lower inner corner portion of my eye. I thought this was cool and paired well. Like, look at that with some of the browns I have on. Brown and blue shadows together are just amazing. I love brown and blue together. It looks so cool. This palette is beautiful as well. I am obsessed with these shades. I love, 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 love this palette. I think we have just a couple of categories left. Let's talk lip liners. And I did narrow this down to shades. That's how I picked these. Not just formulation, but shades. So the first one I want to talk about is actually the one that I'm wearing right now. This is by P. Louise, actually. I think I got this in a Trend Mood box way back when, last fall, I believe. And I didn't try this until somewhat recently, but this is like my favorite nude lip liner ever. I believe it's in the shade Achievements, I think it is. This formula is stunning. The way that this glides on, again, one swipe, and look at the shade. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. It is creamy, but it stays in place. I like to even just fill in my entire lips with this and just pop a gloss on top. Like, I am obsessed with this shade. It is like my favorite lip liner right now. Oh my gosh, so good. Another one that I have been loving is from ColourPop. This is from their Barbie collab. This one is in the shade Golden Beach. This is like a nude lover's dream. Look at, I have wore it down so much, can't even see it anymore. I need to sharpen it for sure. I will swatch it just to show you guys the shade. Another one that has really nice pigmentation, but like, look at that. That is like the most perfect nude liner ever. Absolutely obsessed. And last but not least is one that I have talked about on my channel so many times. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but this is the Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever. This is one of their artist color pencils. If you didn't know, these you can actually wear on your eyes as well. Now that I'm looking at these, this is very similar to the ColourPop one. It's a little bit warmer, but that could quite possibly be a dupe. But these are unique, and like I said, that you can actually use them on your eyes as well. But another beautiful shade. Do you think I like nude lipsticks by any chance? It's really all I wear. How obvious. Let's talk lipsticks. Natasha Denona, this is the I Need a Nude in the shade Andrea. This is the lipstick that I do have on. This is like my favorite nude lipstick, and it has been for a while. Oh my gosh, it is delicious. And see how well it goes with really any of these liners right here. I mean, it's awesome. With the P. Louise, which is what I did, and then I put this in the center, you can really kind of get that beautiful like ombre look. And these smell so good. I can't put my finger on the scent. I think it's vanilla. It almost reminds me of the MAC lipsticks, but it's like a little bit sweeter. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Almost like marshmallowy. And I love the packaging of this. Absolutely beautiful. It's got a magnet, but this is stunning packaging. I love Natasha Denona products. The next lipstick I want to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade Kim KW. I love this shade. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And again, would go with any of these lip liners as well. Just beautiful. There was a moment in time where this was like the only lipstick I would wear. Like in the early parts of my videos, like the early days, if I'm wearing like a nude lipstick, chances are this is what I have on. Also smells really good. Smells very similar to the Natasha Denona one. I think this is a lipstick that I've used the most. Like, look how much is left. Definitely the most wore down of a lipstick that I own. Beautiful packaging. The Charlotte Tilbury lipstick formula along with the Natasha, totally worth the money. Let's talk about something though a little bit more affordable, and this is the last lipstick. This actually goes with the lip liner that I mentioned from the Barbie collection from ColourPop, Golden Beach. It's a cream finish. I did do a dedicated review to that entire collection, but I'll swatch this for you as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So incredibly good. Moving on to the very last category, setting mists. This one was another one that was easy for me. The Milani Make It Last. Just a really solid setting mist. I mean, it sets your makeup down nice, holds everything in place. My only thing with this one is that I don't love the mister on it. Like, it's nice, but it's not the best. And it does work really, really well. I've used this a few years now. Super good. Urban Decay All-Nighter. I mean, if you want to lock your makeup in place and put yourself through a shower, a rainstorm, or whatever other kind of extracurricular activities you may be up to, this is it. I mean, this locks my makeup in place. It's a classic. It's really good. This is one that I have purchased multiple times. It is the best of its kind. So good. Last but not least, if I want to lock my makeup in place, but I want to look super dewy as well, the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. Now this one you can use before your makeup as well. I do love the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. And this is almost like a spray version of it. So you can do that and then apply your makeup as well. But oh my goodness, this one arguably to me may even set your makeup down even harder than these two. Like, I don't know, for real. When I use this and I go to remove my makeup, I have like a visibly like hard time getting it off, even with a cleansing balm. This one is for when I really want like a really wet, dewy finish. I can definitely see like, not like a coating, but like I can definitely see how juicy my skin is after I use this one. So there is a time and a place. I love a very juicy, hydrated finish, but you know, it's one of those things. That's why I included it, because it gives me a little bit of a difference, you know? They're just all really, really good. Comment down below and let me know what some of your all-time favorite products are. Like if you can think of a beauty product that is your absolute favorite. Do you agree with what I have laid out for you guys here? Did I present something new to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to try that now? Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it. It lets me know that you are enjoying the content. I hope you guys are enjoying this steady flow. 1 week under the belt now. I announced that I am going to be uploading every Tuesday and Thursday. This is the first week under the belt. So thank you guys for sticking around and hyping me up and being excited for this just like I am. Y'all are the real MVP and you're all the top of my top 3 of any list. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Mwah. Bye guys.